Hey everybody, welcome back. Mike Wood here with ViperSharp.com. Come on over to ViperSharp.com to get you a professional knife sharpening system that will sharpen anything from your average EDC pocket knife to chef knives or even machetes. Today we are going to talk about serrations. I've had a lot of comments, a lot of questions about sharpening serrations, so let's see if we can get it done. Stick around. Thanks for coming by. Thanks for sticking around with me, everybody. I appreciate having you here. So let's see what we can do on serrations here. One of the things that I love about the ViperSharp system, and yes, I'm a little biased, I created it, so of course there's a lot I love about it, right? But I love the removable clamp option, and one of the things that makes a removable clamp great is when you have a long blade or a thin flexible blade like this, or both in this case, you can apply two clamps, one on either end of the knife, to get the job done. And so I'll show you how that works and what that does for you. We want to place this very similar in each position here, so trying to gauge that and get that positioning pretty close to the same. And that way we'll have the same angle all the way along the blade. Okay, so we can sharpen this part of the knife and then move it over and sharpen this section. That's the benefit of having having the system like that. All right, so let's go ahead and put on a little bit of this marker. What we're looking for is to make sure that we are getting to the edge of the knife there. And it actually looks like we are getting there. All right, and then the thing to think about with serrations is with those little scallops, right? With each of those little scallops, with the flat of the blade, of course, we're not going to get into those, right? Because they're indents. So all we're going to be hitting is these sharp points out here. And of course that edge over there we can sharpen pretty good. And so what we want is to work on the edges of the stone. And so if you listen, you can feel it bouncing through all of those serrations. We're going to do a little bit different. We're not going to be as aggressive perhaps as we would be with a flat edge knife or straight edge. Because we're going through all of those different places there. Now I'm going to go ahead and move this to a 600 grit. So we get a little more aggressive there. And then this tip of the knife out here I'm going to do pretty traditional with the back and forth. Now the thing about this also to keep in mind is with a serrated type of a blade, you've got a flat back generally. So we are going to be, since we're pulling here, and we could push and that might change it a little bit and not create the burr. But if you're pulling, then you're going to be creating a burr, and we're going to have to take that burr off. So I'll show you how we do that in a moment. We're going to go ahead and do the next half of the blade first. And you can hold it on the knob there, or you can hold it on the back. Whatever's most comfortable for you. Alright, feel back there, and I can feel quite a burr underneath that. So for this, I want to just real gently pull over the back of the knife. We're not sharpening here so much, we're just knocking that burr down. That's really all we're going for there. Okay. I'm still feeling some of that, so. And honestly, this, well, we can go lower. I don't want to put a burr on the other side, so make sure we don't have that first. All right. Now, we definitely don't have a burr on that side. A little bit of a burr on this side. So what I'm going to do now is just drop this angle adjustment clear down there so that we're just going real low. And just like I would with any other straight edge blade, going only against the blade now so that we don't create a burr on the other side. Move that over to the other half of the blade. Same thing. Just eliminating that burr. And if we wanted to work just on this tip to make sure we've got that nice and sharp, we could do that and give it some time on it alone. But that's how you can sharpen serrations. Let's see how it did. And so we are cutting pretty good, skipping around a lot with the serrations, you can see that. And then what I would want to test is that tip, which I don't think I sharpened real good. So yeah, you can see that tip that's more of just a flat edge is not sharp, where the serrations are actually doing pretty good. And so that's going to work a lot better in the kitchen. So I am going to work on that tip right there and just treat it like a traditional blade. So we're going to find the edge, find our angle rather. and that looks pretty good. The tricky part about this is we only have one edge here. One-sided. How do you say that? The edge is only one-sided. It's not, and it's short. So the other side being flat, let's lock that in. So again, we want to just get to where we have a burr on the back side, the underside of the blade here, and then we'll carefully knock that down going on the other side. Very tricky when you're only working with a 5/8 length of a blade. I really should probably do 400 or even 250 on this, because this, I don't think this, at least the tip of this, this blade at all, it's never been sharpened. And so we've used it for years. And it was completely rounded. So that's going to be kind of cool to have that sharp. All right, and so this one, we're going to just take that way down. And this is just getting rid of that burr. All right, and then let's see. If that takes it to sharp yet. Very cool. That is good enough. Good enough for what I'm going to be doing with it in my kitchen. So that is how you sharpen a serrated blade. And just make sure you've knocked off the burr on that back side. And we'll test it out on a couple others as well. So if you've got a Viper Sharp at home and have some serrated blades, we'll test it out and let me know how it works for you. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a great day.